Hey, it's the College Cook Reese, and today we're going to be making a really simple meal. I've got a kielbasa right here. This is probably, if I had to give out a gold medal for sausages, this would receive it. And then we got Brussels sprout greens, which are basically just like collard greens, but apparently they got a little Brussels sprout flavor, but not as cabbagey. So, excited about these. Excited to whip up this meal. Let's get to it. We get garlic. Where are you at? Oh, I need a cutting board, don't I? Alright, I gotta wash my cutting board. Dig into the pile of dishes here. So, got some garlic. Get one of these cloves out. Actually, I'm gonna get two. I'm a big garlic guy, so I like the flavor of garlic, but I don't like to come across like a big chunk of garlic in my meal. So I always finely mince them. Whoa! Sometimes you'll have some garlic like fly everywhere. It'll happen. You'll just call that a casualty of the meal. You don't want to get too hung up over like half a clove of garlic. That'll like ruin your time cooking. Like, you don't want to get hung up about that. You just move on. That's gotta be like 5 cents. So like, don't worry about it. But then again, the Wegmans prices, you can never be too sure. Ugh. Anyway. Disregarding corporate grievances, we'll just chop up the rest of this garlic. Kielbasa will literally last you like for like a few days. You make kielbasa for dinner, use it the next morning with your eggs. You can make a sandwich out of it the next day. If you get sick of it, it'll still be there. You can make a sandwich out of it the next day. And we'll get the Brussels sprout greens started. Welcome to my bathroom. So first thing that you're gonna want to do with any green is wash it. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Just make sure you get any and all dirt off, and make sure you split the leaves and get in these in-between areas that I'm opening up to. So that's pretty good. And you shake them to kind of get rid of any excess moisture, but it's good for it to have a little excess moisture because then it'll steam a little bit in the pan. I can't imagine that these stems are too tasty, so I'm just gonna... They said to just chop them coarsely like they're collard greens, so one chop, two chop. See, I have a very small cutting board, and this is a very small kitchen, so like sometimes my greens will fall off the cutting board. We're gonna make sure that these kind of maintain a little bit of that crunchy texture that you get with greens, and it'll be sort of similar to collard greens. That's what I'm aiming for. Like a tablespoon of oil. And the first thing that's gonna get simmering is that garlic. So the garlic is just starting to get a little fragrant, so we're gonna drop these greens in. I might just plop some of this rice vinegar in there now. Not too much because you want to adjust for flavoring at the end, but I'm gonna put a little bit sprinkle of that in just so it's able to kind of cook down with those greens and build the flavor. And then you're halfway on your way to deliciousness. This is my dance, this is all I do. Here's that garlic from earlier. Oh, it's the skin still on, so it's not a casualty. So right now, I am the boss of the bossa. Maybe one day you will be the boss of the bossa. So I got this on about 4 minutes ago at 6:30. Flip it at 6:40, and by 6:50, hopefully, this will be a cooked kielbasa. When kielbasa cooks, it turns from like brown to like almost a red, like a mahogany color. So once you see that color kind of sneaking up the sides, it's time to flip it so that the other side can get it, and just look at that. Yeah. That's good looking. The next thing that we're going to want to do is take the lid off of the Brussels sprout greens here, and we're going to give it a little salt. I'm going to stir it around a little bit here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to taste the leaf. See if I have to adjust, give it a little bit more vinegar, which I'm going to do now. The leaves are very bitter. That's very useful in getting a little bit of that bitter flavor out. Because while I do like a little bit of bitterness, it's good to have, you know, of course, a balanced vegetable to go with your sausage. So actually, this is a little bit overdue. I have to give a shout out to my mom, who sent me up to school with both this kielbasa and this grill pan. Take note of that out there. You know, if you're close enough to your family that you can visit them home from college, they really appreciate it. You get stuff. Finally, 6:50. All right. Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment all day because I want this kielbasa, man. So yeah, don't try this at home again. Yeah, it's a little hot. Since I don't have my tongs, I'm actually just gonna lift it like that, and boom. There's a kielbasa, folks. That's a real sophisticated sausage right there. If you're eating kielbasa, you're a serious sausage eater. Get a plate out. Actually, I'm gonna do paper plates because it's just like just a Thursday night in my dorm. You know, it's no special occasion. Half of this is meal prepping anyway, because I'm gonna. So yeah, we had to stop recording briefly. We set off the fire alarm. Connor's trying to shake some of the smoke out. Had to turn off the lighting equipment too. We're waiting for the firemen to come. They'll probably come in a second, but in the meantime, we got the still got the kielbasa, and that's looking great. So we're gonna be eating that. We're probably gonna offer some of that up to the firemen and stuff. So yeah, that coming up in just a minute. So yeah, that happened. We're currently awaiting the fire department. I don't know if they're coming or not, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna make myself a little bit of kielbasa and Brussels sprout greens. And there you go. That's some kielbasa right there. Some hot, steamy kielbasa. Brussels sprout greens on the side. That's my plate tonight. I'm really excited to dig in. Not excited for the fire department to come and possibly get reprimanding for this, but I think we're gonna be okay, folks. We'll have an episode for you again next week. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.